the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Cooper, the man in motion right. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42. A good pickup there at 22.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Chubb running right. They find some open field here. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 49 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal.
You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game. Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Chubb. It's going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Watson now to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Blankenship's kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run with a 2nd-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Wilson and Moore there for a Jets 1st.
Elijah Moore really started to come on in the 2021 season as a rookie out of Ole Miss. Saw 8 or more targets in 4 of his last 5 games and ended up leading the team in yardage. Expect to see a lot more 1st downs like we just saw there in this young man's future.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's got some space here. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Play action. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Working with a 2nd and 4. On On second down, a run with Hall. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw is Wilson. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 yards for number 11. Back to the ground with Hall. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Here's Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Watson's throw taken in by Grant. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Hall ought to give up the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Tackle on that play by Quinnen Williams.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Straight ahead is Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Martin Emerson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Wilson, he finds Corey Davis.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Third and long, it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really...
And now Watson throws another interception. picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Steps away to his left, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Play action. Now Wilson. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Wilson will throw again. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. There's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Watson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Grant. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A full start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. To throw is Watson. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz as time expires in the first half. And the Browns have tied the game with a chance to go in front on the final play of this first half. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know what I think the defense is saying back to them? Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They go play action now. Wilson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. On third down, Wilson. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Now Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
A third quarter now, and a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll give the ball. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's Wilson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's a give to Hall. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 35 on second down. Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing on third down, Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And here comes Berrios.
It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. A give running right is Hall.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. 36 yards on the play.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
Open man is Uzomah. So he stopped for no gain. And that will bring up second down. Now it's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Ready. So now Wilson and the Jets with a third and long here following the sack.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing on third and long. Touchdown, Jets.
Elijah Moore.
His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Jets have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. A running play on first down will give 4 up to the 29.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Watson. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time play.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there.
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. It's good, and the lead moves now to 2. It's 17-15. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Play action. It's Wilson.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Browns drive about to get started.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Here's Watson.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And a short gain here down to the 22. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run it again with Chubb. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Blankenship's kick is good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Berrios now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Open man here is Conklin.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
One last shot for Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD.